Today we're going to be cleaning out one of our group pen calf barns. This is our old freestall barn, and recently we had it renovated to turn into 4 group pens for calves. These calves are just old enough that they got out of those individual group pens from the barn that's right beside on the other side of this wall here. That's that barn you guys saw in the last video. When they're old enough, they'll come into here and they'll be grouped together. We got 2 pens over there and then another 2 pens over here. This is already dirty, those calves on here. They went out a while ago, but we're just gonna clean this dirty straw pack out, take that pallet of stuff off, and put some new bedding down over here. There's some water lines that run underneath the concrete here and underneath the straw pack, and they go to these water bowls. There's another one over there, and we wanna make sure that after we take the dirty straw pack away that we put some fresh bedding down, just so that those lines don't freeze up. They're only a couple feet underground, and it does get pretty cold in here, so if we take it away, we're gonna put some bedding back on top just to make sure that they don't freeze. We got this side all cleaned out now. We're not gonna clean this side out until we take the calves out. We'll probably move them over here and then clean that other side out. But now we're gonna grab a big round bale. We're gonna cut the net wrap off of it, and we're probably gonna shake it out, push it by hand, and then grab a pitchfork and spread the straw around. I don't know if you guys can see it's snowing, but we got a couple of chimneys on the roof here that let air come down into here. But we got the straw packs bedded up here, and we're just gonna leave them empty until we need to put calves on here. It shouldn't be for a while yet, but at least it's done now. This wheel loader right here is super dirty on the inside. There's a bunch of crap and sand and all kinds of stuff on the floor of the inside of the cab there. So we're gonna drive it in this shop here and we're gonna vacuum out the cab, maybe clean some other stuff, and you know, try and make it look new on the inside. I'm just gonna tie that vacuum up here with a tie strap so that I can reach all the inside of the cab from one spot. Awesome, we got it nicely cleaned out there. It's looking a heck of a lot better. There's quite a few coffee mugs in there that need to be tossed out as well, but she's looking a heck of a lot cleaner now. We're standing right outside the pack barn here. We're gonna scoop out the 2 packs. With the wheel loader, we're not gonna use a skid steer for these packs. We specifically built these for the wheel loader so we could get in here. The doors are high enough, we could just scoop everything out. Another thing I wanted to show is you can really see these floor heaters or these heaters in the concrete really working. There's no snow right up to the doors here. And it's the exact same as putting bedding in. We just want to get all the cows on the alley, flip up gates, lock the cows on that side, and then we're free to work here without worrying about the cows. We just take a really big scoop and we drive it all the way behind the corrals. It's probably a couple 100 yards to drive out there. Tax on quite a bit of time onto just taking the straw out of those packs, but it definitely keeps things looking nice and neat back there. We got all of the dirty straw pack out of here. Now we're gonna go grab 2 round bales and put them in here as well. Hopefully I can just shake them out and don't have to use a pitchfork for this pack. It's quite a bit bigger. And if you guys were wondering why it was steaming so much when I was hauling it out to the pile there, it's because it ferments and it composts quite a bit in here. Basically, we just continuously put new straw over the old manure and it builds this decently sized pack. It's probably 1 foot or 2 feet tall by the time it's all the way up there. And it starts to get really hot in there. And when I drive it outside, it's pretty cold outside and it starts to steam. when the ladies come back from the milking parlor back into their pen here, they're gonna have some nice clean bedding to go lay in. We want to quickly hit this bucket with some water, quickly rinse it here. We're going to use it for feeding in the morning. We don't want to contaminate the feed with any cow manure, but we're in our generator and pressure washer shed here. That's our generator. It'll automatically click on if the power turns off. And there's some louvers over there and over here as well that'll let some air in. They'll automatically open up when the power dies as well. This thing is on a constant block heater, so it's always warm, ready to go. It's really important to have a generator on a dairy farm because once milking time rolls around, you can't afford to be waiting around for power to come back on to start milking. We also have the pressure washer system in here. Turn on the water. And now we're ready to go. And in typical dairy farm fashion, just when I think I'm all done for the day, this Juno decides to take a hard L into the side of that fence there. So we're gonna go see what's wrong with this. We'll back it up, try and line it up again down the feed alley. Hopefully it'll finish its route. I think this eye, what's wrong with it is, this is a sensor. It senses how far it is off of this feed rail, the gate. But if you guys look this way, it's kind of shooting through that gate, I think. So it probably wasn't able to read where that fence was anymore and veered off to the left into that gate. Or the other possibility was some cow pulled this gate back. These should definitely be tighter so it doesn't move back and forth as much. And maybe it just followed it into that pit kind of and didn't straighten out in time and ran into the fence. But we're gonna see if we can back it up, line it up, and tighten those up a bit. So I should be able to just line it up with its root again. Awesome, so now hopefully we can hit escape, continue with route, and it should just go. I do want to lift this eye up just a little bit, I think. And hopefully that'll fix it. We also just tighten these gates up so it can't swing in or out as much. Hopefully that creates a straighter, more perfect wall for that Juno to follow. This should really help it out. If that's the problem, that's a pretty easy fix, so I hope that's what it was. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. And check out the rest of the videos on my YouTube channel here. We got a bunch of videos of stuff that we do around the dairy farm, and I also got an Instagram page. It's the same as the YouTube channel, Sask Dutch Kid. If you guys are interested in that, make sure to go and check that out. And thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.